So the first submission is from Lud JPG. I think that's how you pronounce the format. With first off with the can't relax concept. For me, it's fire. Like I really think it's a fire concept. But what I would change is the like if you look at it, the main focus for me at least is this part. You know, like its face with the text right here and all that. And I think you should work on that, the main focus of the cover. I mean, I get the whole thing that you add a lot of photos of him, but work strictly on the center of the photo, you know? Like he added the Twizy Reach, I think, logo here. You can do the same in the background, like make it the whole background of it, and maybe, I don't know, add some blur to it, stuff like that. But still, it's a fire concept. Like, not gonna lie, I like it. I like how it is. Just sometimes I feel like it's not really that good to just mesh a ton of photos into a cover and basically call it a day. You just need to add some textures, for example, like a scanned photo, a scanned paper type of textures, type of texture, you know, of that. But like I said, it's a really good cover concept nonetheless. So yeah, I fuck with it. Yeah, I do too. Like I said, it just needs those little things to be changed. Like also the multitude of text. Like you have Tonka, WTF here, Schmuck, Geek. Like not necessarily make it a minimalist sort of concept, but like I said, just focus mainly on the sort of center of it and try not to mesh a ton of photos into one just to call it a day afterwards. Another concept from him, from Lud, for the collab album from Yeet and Uzi. My main, like the one before, I would add the same thing like I said before. And also when using, I don't know, it's just that's just for me, I would say you should use newer photos of the artists, like this one. I don't know, I think it's, or no, not that one, this one. I think it's like from 3 years ago, and it's really like, I don't know if it would fit, since it's a something really new. Till from 2018 till now, Uzi changed quite a lot. Like he now has these spikes. So if you want to do something that would fit the current theme of how he looks and all that, you should use recent photos, like that one with the spikes, and yeah, just stick to that, I would say. But with it, since he's a quite recent artist, I would say, like he blew up this year. No, I think last year and this year too, like continued to. It's not that hard to find pictures, you know. So yeah, that's the main thing. I like the text here. Like I see the inspiration from Bolt, the guy who designed the To Alive cover. But yeah, it's, other than that, it's really nice. I like the text from here, like, and also this one that you can really see it. You just have to look more into it to find it out. But yeah, that's what I would. What do you guys think about both of them actually? His covers have too much going on. Yeah, like I said, I think it's just quite a lot of things into it. And if you just focus on one photo, for example, and edit that and add some text and stuff like that, it would be better. If you can say that, I think it would look better. And also, when I think about the concept that I want to do for an artist, I'm really looking to how the other covers look and get an idea from that. Because if you do something completely different than the official covers that the artist used, it's quite harder for the artist to be like, I might use this one instead of using my the other designer that worked with the rest of my covers. And I think that's really important, since you want, when you post concept, to get the recognition from the artist you made a concept for. So that's just how I think about it when doing a concept. I feel like if you get approached, you should promote your style, your own style to though, because if you do someone else's style to fit with the artist, you don't get as much recognition. He should use less text. Yeah, I can see the whole texting. Like, just go for this, for example, or this stuff, and not the whole scribble thing. Yeah, I totally agree with the style thing you said before, but at the same time, that's just for me. Like I said, if you go for something completely different than the other covers that the artist used, it's quite harder for, that's how I feel, for the artist to say like, yeah, I would use that. That's just how I see it. Like, for example, if he used just a photo of him with some textures, I wouldn't go so far as to, I don't know, add multiple pictures of him and do something drastically different than what he did before. So yeah. Next we have Mind of Dina with this poster. Not gonna lie, I really like his work in general, but here I like the way how it's really clean. Like, you have this stuff here and then the text on the bottom, and it looks really clean for me. And also this effect, this holographic of sorts effect on the photo. Also the grain, I don't know if it's grain or something. This one is really good. Yeah, I agree. Like, this stuff here, the grain, and these elements, like, just go. Oh, okay, I think that's actually I think that's text here, so that exactly, good balance. Yeah, I agree. And also this line, I don't know if you can see it, it's a line starting from here, I think, that goes here and then just goes stops here at a point, like just here. It's those type of things look really good, I would say. Okay, next, something from Dina as well. Okay, this has quite a lot going on. But what I like, let's start with that. The way each photo of sorts kind of blends with each other. Like, here you have, especially here, you see this eye that doesn't really pop up. It seems like it's in the same photo as this one. And also this type of stuff, I don't know how you can achieve it. I think with blending modes, that's really cool. These lines here look quite good. I don't know what's going on with this one, not gonna lie. Yeah, me neither, but it looks okay. I would say it looks okay. Like, it's the same thing with Lud's concepts. Too much going on and you don't know what to look for into it. Like, should I look at this girl? Should I look at this photo here? Should I look here? What's the focus of it, Oh, here. Okay, another one from Dina as well. I like this one. I like these sort of stars and the cross and these manuals, not manual, analog type of things that were added. And also this stuff, like before, how he used it here, this stuff that's added here. Yeah, not like all around pretty okay, but what I would advise, sort of advice I would say, is just don't lose track of the idea of balance and of the idea of like what you should look for in that what should you look out for in the design. because here at least I don't know what should I think of, or what should I uh think about when looking at it and all that. 6 out of 5, 6.5 out of 10 for this one. It's busy, but there's a focus. Yeah, I would say. I mean, yeah, you because you can still see this girl's face. I think, yeah, it's a girl. This girl's face, and it's really not that distorted. But I would say, yeah, it's really busy as well with the whole element and all that. But all around, a good one. Next, we have Fragment Vision, who was on the chat before. I don't know if he's still here. Yeah, what I would do here is, for me, it isn't a sort of continuation in the design. Like, you have this threshold here, like black on white, and then the lines that abruptly come out of nowhere, just go, not go, came from nowhere. Like, plus they are red. I would go for something like, maybe add a fill blur. I think that's how you call it, to play around with the blur here in the corners, so it isn't that much. It doesn't take away the focus, because I guess you should look at the lips and the text here and all that, and not on the lines. And also, I wouldn't add so many of them. But yeah, other than that, I would say that that's just all my the things that I will change and that don't look really good for me. Punk style done well, yeah. And also, I would add a sort of distorted paper. You know how those books that have those effed up borders on here, like this stuff, you know, how these type of things, this sort of texture would go really well with this one. And also the sort of filter on the colors, like a sort of yellowish, orangish color, to showcase that the fact that it's an old paper, a used paper, you know, that whole thing. But that's just me, that's how I see it. But yeah, I would agree, punk style done well to some extent, like the whole threshold here. And also I like the effects on the text, how not all the letters are the same, if you can say that. Like, one is below, the other one is higher, and all of that. And the fact that none of them are equal, like the O here is distorted, the S here is quite larger than the ones before, and here how it just kind of disappears in a way. So yeah. Okay, next one. Okay, this one is quite, I would say, one of my favorites from him. Like the way this type of collages where you use this is done analog, from what I've known, what I know so far. And I liked how when artists do this sort of scribble thing, like you use a ballpoint pen and just straight up play around with the whole design and rip some paper and all of that. Like, I really think looks really good. And also here how this sort of I think it's something from a clothing material, I guess. That's really that's something new, and I really like how it looks, how it goes hand in hand with the design. But one thing I would say is you see how this photo, this one, this is the best one so far. Yeah, I agree. Just the fact that it's done analog and not, I think you can achieve that this sort of style on digitals as well. Like, it's not that hard, but yeah, I think that's what makes it a good, a really good and actually amazing design. But what I was saying is that you see how this photo is a bit blurry. That's because of the quality of the photo, I think. For that, there's a site called upscale.io, I think, that just basically makes your whole photo like 4K, like from a blurry one, turns it into a really high quality one. And it's a free tool, so use that just because it looks, you can see the difference. Like this looks a bit better in quality, this two, and then there's this one that's quite blurry and low quality ish. So yeah, this is from what I know so far, because he posted this one. It's a Vivienne Westwood poster. So like I said, this is a Vivienne Westwood poster. Like we talked about with Lud, the whole main focus of the poster and all that. I think what he could have done better is to use a photo of Vivienne, like maybe this one that he used here, put it on the center, and then stuff like the clock here, the text that's here, like put it to the side of sorts, make it more cleaner, like not just a bunch of stuff and just throw it there and that's the whole thing. This text is so hard to read. Exactly, like this one oh no, it's VVN, I guess. Yeah, VVN Westwood here. But still, yeah, I agree, it's really hard to read. And also, I don't know if you've seen it, but there's this calligraphic sort of font. This would have looked quite better than this analog style one in the back. Like if you stick to this one, just this calligraphic one, and put it like over, like let's say here, and put the main focus on this sort of photo, it would have looked quite better, and actually better than how this one looks. I'm not saying this is bad, it's good, but needs some changes from now on. Like to be honest, what I like is the texture, I think it's a halftone effect, like you can see these points here. That's really cool. But yeah, the text here is not legible. I don't know what it said until you said it's Vivian. Yeah, me neither. Like I had to turn my head around and be like, maybe it's Vivian. But yeah, that's what it says. And also I don't know what the calligraphic one says, but still, like I said, make your text more legible and make it look more clean. Not more clean, cleaner. Okay, let's go back. Okay, he posted this one as well. This one is still from Fragment Vision. I like how it looks like a sort of, how it makes it seem like it's projecting on a TV and all of that, but like the same one before. I think here you can actually read really well the text, like we hate cops but we love opium. Here the text is more legible. I like it. This one I really like it. I would have gone for something like a more reddish thing, not so much bluish, purplish sort of color, because that doesn't really go hand in hand with the whole opium thing. But yeah, like you have this one that I showed before, this one. I think this one, like how with the black and white sort of thing, looks the best. Feels too washed out. Washed out in what sort of aspect? Like what makes it, like I said, washed out? Like these lines here, the colors and depth. Yeah, like I said, if he would have gone for like something, if he posted this one, the main one, it would have looked better. For me, I wouldn't add a sort of warp effect to the text, like make it use how it was without the whole effecting, you know, like put it over here and this one here, like don't warp it around, because then it becomes, like we talked before, less legible, which is not really okay. But yeah, now a design from Extorteds. I like how this looks, not gonna lie. I really like this text here. Everything is legible, it's nothing washed out, like I don't know. It just goes hand in hand also with the aesthetic, like you have the red faces and red not red faces, red skin. That's something specific of Seiko. All around a really good one, I would so yeah, the next one, this one, not gonna lie, is one of my favorite posts from him. Like the whole I don't know how to, can you call it, this border sort of thing looks so good. Like it gets into that gothic sort of aesthetic. The text here, like it's really really nice. I wouldn't have had it this though, or if I edit that, I would make it less quite like more smaller than how it is here. Also, I don't know how you can see it, but to me this red turns into a sort of pink, and the frame is fire. Yeah, the frame, yeah, the frame is really fire. But this color here, for me at least, it turns into a sort of pink color. I mean, he could have went for a more saturated red to go into that sort of Holler red Carti inspired aesthetic, you know. But yeah, all around the really fire design, the frame, this sort of thing, this frame also is really cool. And also the paper, the scanned paper texture. I don't know if you can see, like here you have the you can kind of figure it out that it is a paper texture. This one, I think this one falls into the same category as the one Fragment Vision did with the Opium one, that the fact that it's washed out. Like I like it, but I wouldn't have added so many effects on it, because you cannot actually figure out who this person is in the background. I think it plays a huge role. Maybe it's the founder or something like that. But yeah, I like the text. It looks pretty nice, not gonna lie. Okay, this one, for me, what I don't know if you can, I think it's from the photo, like this stuff here, these lines like look a bit off. But other than that, I would have gone for something like maybe something black and white, and let this be red but the photo be black and white, to sort of make the text stand out. And also this icon or heart and whatever you can call that, make those elements stand out. But nonetheless, it looks okay like this. But yeah, that's what I would add. Like just either make it black and white, or add a sort of threshold effect to the photo, and let this be the lines are so random. But yeah, I don't think he added the lines. I think it's from the photo. That's how the photo was taken. I guess that's how I feel. But yeah, all around a really cool one. Okay, this one, another one that I like really much. I like how the ripped paper looks here, and how each element, like the photo is ripped sort of apart here as well. what I would have changed, it looks really digital, if you can call it that. Like, you can see that it was made on Photoshop and not analog. I guess it was not analog and made on Photoshop. And like, I don't know, this, for me, just that's how it is. Like, he would have, I don't know if he edit a drop shadow, but a drop shadow like on the lines here, this one would be fire for as a Thor poster. Yeah, it would be fire, not gonna lie. Just, I think if he would have gone for an analog sort of approach for it, would have been not better. So yeah, like I was saying, if he added a sort of drop shadow here, like if you see this black line, if he added a sort of drop shadow, it would have looked more analog and less digitalized. But yeah, I can see it also as well, like as a tour poster. But yeah, and one thing I would have changed is this opium sort of logo, like not put it here, maybe in the corners, like maybe one here, maybe one here, to sort of have a balance in the cover or poster, whatever the case may be. Like the opium text here, maybe on the center, and the photo here on much lower, and all of that. So yeah. Okay, so this one, I like how he tries to make it look like a sort of movie or a video game cover, the back of it. I like that. um I think it looks okay. It just has that, it has that retro-ish sort of early 2000s video game cover vibe to it, like how those um WWE, I guess, video game covers would look. Yeah, video game style, exactly. Especially you could see this style be applied on the WWE covers, like the early games from 2005, 2006, or sort of like you have this thing here, and then in the back it's a photo or something representative of the whole game or movie. But I like it. I like how what I would have done, but they wouldn't go that well. I was thinking about if he maybe added a sort of glow on one of the texts, on one of the titles actually, to make it look like it's a video game, but then it would turn into a video game menu rather than a video game cover. So yeah, and nonetheless it looks really nice like that. And also this this stuff here, like 18 plus, the whole syringe, I think is really just really nice. Oh, also, about this one, I think he wanted to go for you know how those TVs, when in shops, like they would have TVs on top of TVs that would run the same thing basically, or actually different things depending on the store. He If he wanted to go for that, because I don't know what his approach was, I would have go for something like a CRT sort of effect to each and every photo, to make it more like that, like to get on that sort of TV effect. But yeah, that would be the main flaw, I would say, of the cover. And also maybe the text here, it's a bit it's quite big. This text, like I said, this text here, it would have looked better if it was a bit smaller, because then you have to, like, the main thing is like the balance of it, you know. But yeah, it looks good. Like I said, it's not bad. I'm not saying that. It just has this flaw, like the whole CRT thing here. Now, other than that, it just takes me back to how video game covers would look back in the day and all that. I think it played out its role in a way. So yeah. Okay, this one. This one I like it. I really like it because it has that how can I say it? The opium alt account that Carti has, where he would post photos from that narcissist tour, and the photos would look really low quality. I think he got that style really well, but other than that, what I would have gone for is like 77, and how he has this sort of watercolor uh, if textures, like here, this stuff, like how I used those textures, like in this lucky one. If you would have added this type of texture, sorry, on it, it would have looked more artisty and all that. But nonetheless, like Shane said, it would fit the opium page really well. Okay, I like this one. I think it's the sort of the same generation text, and oh no, it's a different font. I like how he used this different font in the back to sort of make this gothic one pop a bit more. I really like this text back here, how it sort of makes this gothic font, the white one, pop out, and how this photo is so edited out that, and also I think it just goes hand in hand. It has that white, black, and red colors that are representative of Carti as an artist and all that. Yeah, for this one, I would say it's really good. I like this effect here. I fell in love at midnight rave. Okay, I fell in love at midnight rave. That's what it says. I think it looks really nice. I think it's for a Playboy Carti concert, since there's this upside down cross there. But yeah, I would have posted it the correct way, not upside down though. I like how he didn't fully added color to the letters. Like these ones have just these lines, and then it's rave that has the full color. I think it looks really good, and also how the photos are edited in the background goes into that club, like party aesthetic. I like this one. I really like this one. I like how it sort of reminds me of, when t-shirts, the old ones that have a graphic on them, a wrinkle, and pieces of them start falling out with time. I think that that sort of effect that he added really looks nice. Like you can see it here, these lines here, and also these parts where it sort of looks like Thanos snapped his fingers of sorts. Like, yeah, it looks good as well. I really like it. Maybe I would have tried to keep it strictly on the guy's hands and not on the tank top as well, and maybe make Marilyn Manson's face more recognizable, I would say. But yeah, nonetheless, it looks really nice. I think it's really cool. Next, we have Annex GFX. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I like this glowing text, like how it looks. But what I would have done is maybe try to blend X more. Like, okay, there's no sort of light to it. You added the glow on these elements, but make it more realistic, basically. Like add the a line of light here on his locks, or maybe on the shoulders to kind of resemble the light hitting him as well. And also here when it's this dark and then you have the light here, it sort of doesn't have any sense, because then you have this part where it's dark as well. Why not blend him with this part and not with the glow here? But yeah, that's just how I would work quite a lot on the highlights and the shadows mainly. That's the flaw of the design, the fact that he doesn't look blended in with the background and with other elements. He should have put a main text. There's no focus, the idea is good. Yeah, I think he would have, but also if he added a sort of text here, then there would be more stuff like just put together, and like we talked about with Lud. So maybe if he still wanted to add the elements, I would have basically positioned them to maybe from here to the bottom, and then yeah, I would add a text here and work on the highlights and the shadows on X. But I don't think a main text would work in this concept for this one basically. And there's the other version where it's black and white of sorts. I would say the same thing here as well, like I said before, just make him blend him more with the background. And also there's this effect, I would say, on Photoshop, the camera raw filter, to get that to basically get away all the grain from the picture, and just it gives off that cartoon-ish look. I think that would fit, since everything on the side looks really that like it doesn't have any noise to it. So, and then if you look at the X picture, you can kind of see that it has a lot of noise, and it's not that it isn't blended in. Basically, that's just how it looks for me, at least. The Y2K style is kind of running out. Like, it's still popular, but it kind of runs out. Like, now people would just move on from it. Like, I like the star thing. I think it spells goth. I think Y2K is too easy, and that's another reason why it's so what does that say? I think it says goth. Yeah, it says, it basically spells out that goth, because it has two O's, not just one, so it's not goth. Also, I think it's goth, whatever. Yeah, I like the stars. I think it looks good, since you went for the Y2K style. And also this sort of thing here, like the border. But yeah, other than that, this one looks actually good. It has that early 2000s vibe. It's exactly, basically the whole Y2K thing. That's fire. Yeah, exactly, I agree. This one is really cool. Here I would have kept just the text like you did before, like without the background and all that. I mean, I can see that because you wanted to sort of blend in the 3D fire. Yeah, I agree. You wanted to blend in the purple and the greenish color with something, but still I think it's just way too full. Make it more cleaner, like just how you let that before with the blue one, the 3D blue one. Let it just text, and maybe the text here and this logo, and just that. This I like this. I need new ideas. Yeah, I like this one. I think this would go really well on a t-shirt. It has that sort of graphic look to it. To be honest, I have nothing to complain basically about it. It looks really nice. Maybe I would have added a sort of halftone effect to it, to maybe to the skull, basically, to make it pop out. But yeah, nonetheless, it looks pretty nice. Like there is no hierarchy. Yeah, that's what I was saying with the fact that this is bigger, and then in a way each text um is the same size of sorts. I don't know what was the title. I don't think you need actually a title here, and I don't think it has one also. But yeah, in my opinion, at least it looks okay. Just I would go with what Shane said with the hierarchy. Like maybe make this smaller, and then the main focus should be ideas, and then sort of work around with these. But yeah, other than that, it's pretty nice. Like I said, the whole half done. That's what I would add to the skull to sort of make it pop out. Also love the skull, but not in this case. What do you mean not in this case? Like what should, like he should have positioned it in another way? I mean, yeah, I can agree with that. Maybe if he added it like here and made it a bit smaller, that would look better. Here, I think he could have maybe play around more with the light from the fire. I mean, I see that he added the highlights here, but I don't think it's enough. Like, if you look here, that looks good. But he could have maybe how he has this sort of line here from the fire, representing the fact that he's next to some extent to the fire. He should have went for that through his whole design. Like maybe add those lights through to his sneakers here. Like other than that, I think it looks okay. I would have maybe darkened the background a bit, like maybe use a gradient on the bottom to sort of show that not all of the landscape is lightened up by the fire, and that there are some places, some sort of spaces that are not illuminated by it. So yeah, that's just the whole thing. Oh damn. The shadow, main flaw. I see it now. The shadow from the text, like that doesn't look okay. Maybe if he added, since you mentioned the gradient map, I wouldn't go for a gradient map. Maybe for a text style, and use the chrome one, because that would make it stand out. If he maybe sort of played around with the smoke, since he added, if you can see, there's this fog of sorts here. He could play around with that and maybe make up the text from that. But nonetheless, maybe he's a beginner. Like, I don't think we should go really into his work, like be full on critiques, because maybe he's a beginner, and that's what I would do. Like play around with the elements and like do a sort of smoke kind of text, since he added a fire. But all around, it looks okay. It looks pretty nice. But those things like the lines from the highlights, the shadows, and like Fragment Visions said, like a darkened background, but would make a better contrast in my opinion. Yeah, exactly. If you maybe, I don't know, darkened a bit the forest, but still kept the light from it in a way, that would make a sort of balance. The main flaw is maybe this text here. Like, don't go for something like this. Stick to that, since you added this text here. Don't use a multitude of fonts in the same project, because it basically doesn't have any sense. Also, this one and this one too doesn't have it's not the same color. If you look, like, this one is more reddish, this looks like it was taken outside, and then you have a green light in the background, green yellowish light in the background. What I would say, like I said before, is just color balance both of them and add that greenish color to it so that it blends with the background, and just play around with the lights, like make sort of line of light from the background here and all of that. Because if you look, this one stands out and this one stands out as well. It's not a, they are not blended in basically, so and that's not a really good thing. And also, if you can see that it has the line from the cut, like the red one, you should keep up an eye on that and remove it whenever you see that. And other than that, this one, these sort of circles with the photos looks okay. I wouldn't make it so big that it takes up this much of the space in the cover. Like maybe add them into a corner like here. But yeah, I would just get rid of the text and maybe make this one a bit bigger. And also, since you would make this smaller and put it on the corner, add another photo of the weekend on the other side so that it's a balance, like you have one here, one here, one here. So yeah, that's just, and like I said before, the color balance of the PNGs. And also here, if you color balance these, you should color balance these too. Like, I think it should have a single, not a singular color, but color palette to it. Like, yeah, I used green, red, and I don't know, purple, and just stick to those colors like that. Use a whole bunch of colors that don't go really well with each other. Like, you have pink, you have orange, then you have yellow, then you have green, then blue, and the purple again in a darker sort of way. And then you have this turquoise text. And it doesn't have that balance, I think, to it. But that's just me. That's how I see it. I like this one. Yeah, like I said before, I don't think though these submissions are bad. I won't say that, but some of them don't have a balance to it. Like some stuff takes up quite a lot of space that doesn't need to take that much of space out of the whole concept. Some elements are just straight up they shouldn't be there, like I said, this sort of font. But yeah, that's just how I feel. Okay, like we talked before, like with the fire one, I think the same problem goes here as well. Like, first off, I like the fact that he added, here you have the highlights from the fire, but then you have the lights, the car lights, then you have the lights from the car, and still everything in the back is more light up than it should be. Then you have this, all of a sudden, this darkness here. I mean, what I would do is maybe darken this a bit more, like make space for the fire that goes here. This stuff shouldn't be this light up, the background here. I think you should add a gradient map, like a black one here to darken it. Then the bullets look good. That looks good, not gonna lie, this looks good. I like the perspective. Like, you can definitely figure it out that the bullets go into the guy and not some other place. The money stash here, or money stash, the money bag here, I would darken it a bit more. they are giving a movement effect in some way. Exactly, yeah. But yeah, like I said, just darken the background a bit to make it look more realistic, not like that. I mean, I can definitely see what he wanted to do, since it's a fire here. The whole building should be light up, but not like that. I think it's too. It has it's way too light up than it should be. He should have blurred the bullets though. It would have been so much better, create depth. But though they, in a way, I think this one has a sort of motion blur. I don't think this to have a motion blur to them. But yeah, I would agree with that, because then it's even easier for somebody that sees the cover to realize the bullets and where the bullets are going. But yeah, other than that, I think that's just about it from me. Just darken this out, and that would be it. There's so much light to fire car lights, but it looks dark, should increase exposure. I mean, yeah, I can see that. I guess it's. I don't think it's. Also, I don't think it's dark enough. I don't think he should increase the exposure though, because then there would be more light than it should be. I think it's an important part for a designer to know multiple sort of styles than just one, and just by sticking to that one, because then you never know, maybe somebody would ask for a sort of Playboy Cartier inspired cover, and if you trained only on a style, you wouldn't be able to do that sort of commission just because of that. But yeah, I would agree with what you said. It's really important, and it's actually, it needs to be appreciated, that fact that he actually, like you said, he tried multiple styles and didn't strictly went for a specific one, and that's it. But yeah, look here, this one is my favorite from him. Like the light work, it's okay. Maybe I would darken him a bit more, but besides the last two, this one looks the best in my opinion. Like, it's, you have the lights from the lines from the light on the pigeons here on the flower, I think, as well. Then on the guy, like on the lines here on the t-shirt here as well. All around it looks really good. This one really looks good. Like I said, this is my favorite from him so far. He should work more on depth and he'll be really good. Yeah, I think that's the main thing he should work on. Maybe depth and hierarchy in his designs. I mean, here you can definitely see that it is a sort of hierarchy, but yeah, depth, I would say, I would agree with that. Okay, this one, I think, what I don't like about it is the font here. It's not representative of Playboy Cartiers at all. Like, I've never seen Playboy Cartier use this type of font. Maybe if you could have went for something like a gothic sort of font, like in the vamp type of theme, that would go really well. Then if you it would have been better if you used scanned paper textures a lot, and like extorted uses. And yeah, like the scanned paper would make it look even better in my opinion. Also, the addition of beds here, it's okay. I wouldn't say it's not. Also, I don't know what's going on with these points here. Is that a half tone? But yeah, the main takeaway, I would say, for me at least, is the text here. It should have, like I said, he should have went for something more gothic. So yeah, what do you guys think about it? Like, what would you change here? You mean this type of font? Yeah, like I said, I would change that too. Yeah. Also, I would add some sort of either layer style, like a chrome effect to it, or maybe a glow, like an outer glow, a red one. I don't know. Everybody has an opinion, you know. Like it's something subjective. I would say somebody would say it's not that okay. Other would say that it fits really well with this one. Also, if he would have sticked with this one, maybe use the capital letters, like the whole text in caps lock. Maybe that would look better, since if he keeps on using this one. If the Opion logo is more sculpted on his face, that would be hard. You mean like if he warped it so that it's like a sort of face paint? I mean, yeah, I would agree with that, but I don't think it looks bad like how it is right now. But yeah, I don't know, maybe also I would use a sort of I don't know if it is a liquefy effect, to sort of stretch out these parts to sort of look like it's the paint kind of dripping down, you know, to maybe achieve that sort of style. I think that would look well, and because it kind of resembles blood in a way. But yeah. Okay, next we have turbo. But for me, what I don't like about it is the texture, I guess, that you used. It kind of, I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's just the fact that you could have used completely another texture, because this one looks, I don't know what type of texture it is. Like, it looks like ground. Not gonna like, yeah, asphalt or something like that. The noise could be turned down a bit. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, like a paper texture would go better with that, because it's a bit too grainy. Okay, I can see the grain. You add the grain and whatnot, but it's too much, you know. And other than that, I think it looks okay. The text is okay. Maybe I would add the sort of, since you added the space sort of station here, and the space thing, maybe go for you know how this sort of style, you know, the 80s oriented textile kind of, that would go well. But yeah, that's what I would change. And not on every sort of text, the main ones, like here where it says Stash Guapo, maybe on this one, so hosted by Twisty P and Beastly, maybe on the days too, and here on the other ones that are that are smaller, I just use the sort of gradient map, and that would be it. But yeah, definitely that's what I would change. I wanted to, but they asked for just plain white text. They wanted, oh my god, they wanted Calibri. No. No, fuck. You know, that's the main disadvantage when working with clients, because if they are fixated on what they want, damn, they would choose stuff like Calibri. Who the fuck uses Calibri in their designs? They wanted it to be readable as possible, but Calibri though, like, what the fuck? Like, the same way you could use the Myriad Pro, like, what the hell? Or Comic Sans, but Comic Sans is a good font. Hear me out. Even Tubon Phonic asked for Calibri for his poster. No. Oh no. Here, you used Calibri here? Or what font did you use here? Because it doesn't seem like Calibri. It looks like something not a sans serif. Oh, god damn it, I don't know what to say. I used Akira. Yeah, exactly. Akira expanded. Yeah. Because I could have seen the difference, you know. But yeah, other than the texture thing and the grain stuff, also, I've seen that now. Since you use this crown of sorts, I don't know how to call it. The same thing I said to Yugi back like 5 or 3 or 5 minutes ago. Work on the highlights here, since you added an element that produces light, to be honest. Like, look out for stuff like this, that elements that have light to it and how they react to the other elements in the design, you know, because that stuff is quite important if you are going for a realistic style type of thing, you know. I mean, it's not always necessarily, that's what I'm saying. Okay, here's the same thing without the text. Yeah, same thing. Like, okay, I like this one. I would desaturate it a bit, since you have this one that's plain white with maybe desaturate this one, like this robot head, so that it kind of matches the colors here. And yeah, exactly, work on the color balance. This planet here, I would maybe add a glow on the ring and not so much on the planet itself. But yeah, that's just it, like I said, with the crown, the highlights. But yeah, man, when it comes to videos, I cannot critique you. I like your video stuff quite a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I like the way it glitches out on the guy, and also the text, I guess it's Japanese there, the Japanese text on the background, how it's sort of like a hacker kind of vibe. Like, I really like that one. Also I think it's smoke coming out of the text. Also, what I would do here, it's maybe, but also I think that if you were to remove the stroke, like the black stroke here, it wouldn't be so readable afterwards. But yeah, that's what I would do, like remove the stroke. But yeah, or maybe use a white one and kind of turn down the opacity so it isn't that evident, that like it doesn't pop that much. It doesn't look bad, but it's like not black, you know. Choose another color that goes hand in hand in a way with the green, you know. That's what I was saying. Here I would say the same thing like before with the whole grain thing, like the grain being too much, like the noise and all that. I would have put this sort of statue maybe here, and then just copy the Virgil statues on the right side as well, so that it's kind of the same, you know, it has the equality of it. You have the elements here and you have the elements here, the same elements here as well. As for this one, maybe I would darken this since it's more distant, it kind of fades. But yeah, here this balloon I would darken it a bit because it kind of seems like it fades out into the space. But other than that, maybe the halftone on him, on Virgil here, like on the shirt especially, I wouldn't go so hard on it like that. It kind of seems that it's too much, but it isn't quite a problem, I would say. But yeah, that's just it. This Uno one, this is nice. I'm not gonna lie, I like this one. I don't have anything to say about it. I like it. I really like it. Maybe add purple sort of color, solid color to Uno, so that it kind of goes hand in hand with the glow from the planets, but I wouldn't say it's necessary. A purple kind of energy around Uno. Like in what? What do you mean by energy? Would piece it together? Like a sort of smoke-ish kind of thing? Like fog or something? Yeah, like it's around him. Wave effect. I don't think it's about a wave effect. Or maybe that would go... I was thinking more about a fog type of thing. Like you can add a fog brush and go just like here from here, and maybe add some of it on him as well. Yeah, like I said, yeah, it's crazy. Like some Gaussian blur. I wouldn't add that. because I mean, yes, if we, I mean, you can add Gaussian blur on these planets that are far in the back, like how these are, to kind of create that depth, but that's just it. I wouldn't add that anywhere else. Yeah, here it looks really nice. Like, I think here it's much cleaner because you don't have the statues and all that. It's just Virgil. Here it's the main focus. You have the stuff here. Yeah, I like this. Also, I like this hologram type of thing you added here. I don't know how to call it. That's really nice. And also how it's kind of continues HUD, exactly, a HUD, and how it continues. It's like a sort of loop in a way. Yeah, I like this one. Okay, so here, no, this is cool. This is cool. The text, it's not that readable, and also the texture. The texture, I think it's too, like, you could have lowered the opacity on it, maybe, or use the another blending mode so that it's not that. I think it's way too. Oh yeah, way too highlighted. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's way too pronounced. If that's okay, I don't know. It's just something like that, I guess. Like, you could have, if you were to, what I would say is like just lower the opacity on it and make it less. Like I said, it's way too highlighted. Like, I think that's a way better word. I like this one. I guess it spells out snuff. Yeah, snuff. I guess. Okay. But he has it as it has as 6 nuff. Oh yeah. I see it now. It's 6 nuff. I like the fact that it's that the logo of the brand, the fact that it's Gengar there, or did they ask you to add him? I mean, it's not bad. I like the fact that you added him there, but I just wanted to know. I added it. Yeah, it's a really good addition. Not gonna lie, like, just because you added him, it kind of goes hand in hand with the text here with the forever. But yeah, nonetheless, it's okay. It looks okay. But what I would have changed on the forever text is maybe not go for multiple colors, but something similar to what you did here, like this purple with the pink and some sort of teal, I guess. Maybe repeat the same colors on the text, and then on the stroke, I guess it's a stroke of the text here, do the same thing, like add the same colors, and also that goes that's the same thing. I would say the same thing to this background, like you use the color balance so that it goes to a more pinkish purplish side, so that it all blends, basically. That's what I'm saying. And like I said before, and I would say it again, the texture, maybe change it up. Okay, here, this one, not gonna lie, I'm going to be completely honest, I didn't like just because it has a whole other bunch going on. Like, you have this text Lost Lu here, this girl here, then you have chrome hearts, then this planet, then this thing here, then this thing here, and this thing here. Like, what I would have done is maybe put the main focus on the girl, since it's blue like the planet and also like the text. Add the text on top and make the chrome hearts not red like they are. I was asked to use those pictures with the CDG hearts. Oh god. 2 pictures and oh god, 2 pictures, man, god damn it, holy shit. Okay, but still, I would just put the main focus on the girl and basically put her somewhere here, and then text on top. Maybe remove that stuff here because it doesn't have anything to do with it. If he asked for the, like you said, for the CG hearts, just let them be. But even though he asked for them, I would still just change the color to a blue color sorts, so that it goes hand in hand with the other elements. Not gonna lie, I'm honestly not a big fan of putting titles because it feels like it's too much, and if I add a title, I make it small. I mean, yeah, it depends. I guess it depends on the composition of the cover, because if you have something that's really clean, like, I don't know, a single element, a huge as title wouldn't go so good on it. But yeah, I can see that. So yeah, like I said, the girl here, maybe the planet on the side a bit. Also, this parental advisory, look up the classic one, that one looks so bad. It feels like it gives off that beginner, very 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 beginner graphic designer that just found some assets and started using those. Like, straight up, that's how I feel when I see these type of parental advisories. Like, okay, I agree, use one, but go for the classic one. It's so much cleaner and looks so much better. Okay, and like I guess I like the fact that this sort of ripped paper, I guess. Even though it doesn't go really well with the whole theme of the cover, but it sort of looks okay. But yeah, here I like this one. I like the whole Y2K stuff. But if you added this sort of I don't know how to call this material, but since you added this, I would have added the same thing to the black part of the text to kind of blend it in even better. But other than that, it's really nice. I like this texture here. Yeah, so here, like I said before, I like this mock-up, I guess. The game cartridge, I guess that's how you call it. But I said before what you should change on that. But other than that, I like it with a mock-up. It looks even better. This one, oh my god, I like this so much. I like the unanimated one, and also like the animated one that you posted on the story, and also the one that Lucky posted. I really like it. I really like this one. And like I said, I like this one too. I don't know what's the story behind this one, Turbo, like, because it looks like it's a sort of commission for a car sort of page, I guess, but at the same time looks like a sort of thing for a server, or I don't know. Just give the background to it. Yeah, it was the guy wanted sports car brand and match it to this. Oh my god. Oh god. I mean, not gonna lie, this one looks good. This one with purple is really nice. This one in purple looks really nice, I would say. And also this ones that look like the Ferrari logo as well. Also like this one with the chrome thing here. This looks nice. But yeah, I don't have anything to complain about this one. It looks really nice. The one I don't like is the one with the orange. I mean, this one with orange and black looks nice, but this one doesn't go so well, I guess. Yeah, this one, the animated Lucky one. This is really fire. Like, I can't say shit about this because it's good. It's really good. Yeah, this one. Damn, I like this one. This snuff one. I like how you use this GIF with the. I don't think it's Gengar. Oh god damn it! What Pokemon is it? But yeah, it's nice. I like it. I like the this sort of GIF or something like that. Looks really nice. This stuff here. Oh yeah, I like this one. This is the one for the guy with the unicorns. I got it. Yeah, this one looks nice. I like it. Maybe what I would change, I guess, it's maybe try to animate the hair a bit more so that it flows like a bit more than it is right now. Okay, we saw this already. Yeah, here I saw that you use this circle sort of effect, spiral effect. Maybe, I mean, it looks okay, not gonna lie, but like I said before, try maybe to reduce the opacity of it. Make this text here, stretch it out to the bottom so that it's more readable. But other than that, yeah, that I would say that's it. Or maybe just change this spiral thing and add a paper texture. That would go really good with it. So yeah. Okay, here. Well, the only thing I can say here is just straight up make the whole thing uh, yellow and black so that it matches this thing in the background and the whole texting of style and aesthetic, you know. Here I would say the same thing, like go for a sort of green and black vibe, you know, like the whole tweezy style and all that. Because right now you have a lot of colors going on, like you have green and black on the back, then you have this one which is pink, then this one that is brown, white and gray, then this one that's a bit greenish, and like each and every photo has a sort of different thing. Here I would do the same thing, like I would say the same thing that I said with the one with the pistol. Like do the same thing, get rid of the spiral effect and maybe add the paper texture on top, like a scanned paper texture. Here I really like this one because it gives off that punk-ish sort of vibe. This one I would add the same effect that you added here, because without it doesn't give off that old newspaper sort of vibe, you know. Like you have this one that is black and white, the newspaper is black and white, and then you have color on this one. Like it's the total opposite of what a newspaper would look like, you know. So yeah, that's, I would add a threshold here, but yeah, that would be it. Okay, I guess that uploaded twice. Here just the textures, that's the main problem. The textures, like there are quite a lot of textures, and you cannot basically figure out what's the cover about. So that's what I would change. Here, from what you sent, I guess this is lucky, because at the first time I saw it, I really thought it was Carti and not Lucky. But yeah, I wouldn't go so far on the effect that it distorts basically the artist's face. But other than that, it's a pretty nice sort of thing. Like it looks like a sort of yeah, like I said, I wouldn't go so far on the effect, like so that it's you don't get to know what it's about, you know. He said to make it look like an alien. Oh, I see. Since you have these lines that sort of resemble a CRT effect, I would go more into that effect, like maybe add more glow to the background. That's just that. This one looks, yeah, this looks nice. Maybe a bit more yellow and black to it so that it matches the warning signs in the back. Look here it looks much better because you know there is a person there and not some sort of multiple elements, you know. Yeah, I like this one. I like this one too. Yeah, this part is nice. Yeah, I like this one. This one is cool as well. But yeah, here I would just maybe make the background which is yellow. So I guess no, not because this era of Carti wasn't into that sort of whole red stuff. So no, leave it as it is. This one you already saw. This one is really nice. Yeah, I like this animation like the whole eye thing here. Oh yeah, this one. Damn, you went so hard on this one, like. But yeah, just try to blend it in, because you have a okay. I like that one, and this logo here. But yeah, it looks nice. This looks nice. Okay, yeah, but even though, like I said before, you know, still you have a blue sort of thing, but he's the same color as in the photo, you know. Like you should play around with the colors more so that it blends in with the background, with the lights in the back. Same here and here, but here, sorry, it's pretty okay. Yeah, this one looks better than the animation because everything is blended in. Like you don't have a ton of colors going around with no meaning and all of that. Okay, here I like this idea. I would just make this a bit bigger, and then these sort of guys, I guess, maybe put them on the sides, and then the cheese text, and this one whole, like this part, it should maybe occupy all the space so that it's the main focus of the cover. Here the same thing. I would just make 21 much bigger, like up to here, more in the center. Maybe get rid of the, or no, I would let that cover. This one, yeah, I like this one, and I like that idea with the eyes as well. It's really nice. But I would, at the same time, I would go even more in depth with the sort of collage side, like try to cut more, like how did he cut the mouth here? He should have just put it on top and all of that. Maybe the cross,
it's
like
a knife.
could have cut it up and paste it basically. And yeah, that's mostly it. I like this one a lot. I really like this one. It just gives off that vibe that it was drawn, which I guess that's what he was going for. This is nice as well. Like you can see the lines of Crayola here. That looks cool. Maybe I would have just made them black and white, like added a sort of threshold to them to make it seem like it was drawn, you know, that sort of effect. I like this one a lot. This is cool. I would just maybe try to liquefy this stuff, like to kind of resemble the drops from painting, you know, like when you paint and from the brush, the drops are on the brush. That would be it. This has quite a lot going on. Like, I mean, okay, it's nice, I'm not gonna lie, but I would just make you add a threshold on him, and maybe let this the opium logo there, and I would just leave the rest as it is. But yeah, I would leave it as it is, just add a sort of threshold. This one is nice. I like this. I like the castle here. This is nice as well. I like how the lines give off that vibe of, like, it sort of makes it seem like it was shot from a TV, you know. This is nice as well. I mean, I can't say anything about this because it's clean. Like, every space is occupied. You don't have negative space that shouldn't be negative. Like, it's really nice. I like this as well. How it kind of everything is on top of each other in a way. Like, you have the texture, this sort of blue thing in the back, then the eye on top, and it creates this green sort of color. I like this. This is pretty nice. Oh damn, I like this thing, this face, how it comes off here, and also the cars, how they go on the jacket in a way. And also this one, this is really nice. It gives off that a sort of destroy lonely concept. in a way. So yeah.